Do you know there's this really famous story that happened in Paris about Parisians having to fight off wolves on the steps of Notre Dame? This is reported to have happened in the winter of 1450, which was so bad that it drove the wolves into the streets of Paris looking for food. It is kind of talked about as well that this was not the first time wolves had entered the city during a cold snap in this era looking for and finding food. But the records are quite spotty. It is unsurprisingly quite difficult to find complete written records of this event, probably, or maybe because it didn't happen, but I'm going to go run with the idea that it did because it's quite an interesting story. But, just take it with a pinch of salt. But anyway, from the story, it appears the wolves were able to enter through the poorly maintained outer walls, which by the 1450s had become very dilapidated. They managed to kill around 40 Parisians over the course of that winter. The story goes that the Parisians had finally had enough, and a group managed to lure the wolves to one of the islands on the Parisian river, Ile de la Cité. There, the crowd stoned and speared the wolves to death right in front of the public square in front of Notre Dame. Now, this all took place in a period known as the Little Ice Age, where there was an entire decade of truly freezing weather. And there were wolves in that part of Europe at that time. I mean, in some places in Europe, there are still wolves. So all of this is possible. But the thing is when you're busy, freezing to death, you're not busy making historical notes. So it's probably impossible to tell if this is true or not.